Hey messy girls and guys, if you're new here, welcome. I hope that you just find something in this video that God speaks to you. And if you've been here for a while, thank you so much for being part of the Messy Guy, Messy Girl community, where we just show up as we are, let God work, and not be afraid to share our mess, whether that be like our mess in Christianity or just our messy lives in general with each other. So in today's Clean and Chat, we're going to talk about comfort or calling. Where are you just going to follow comfort, or are you going to follow your calling even when it gets uncomfortable? Because following our calling is not always going to be comfortable. So we just kind of talk about that and what kind of God has been just showing me when it comes to my calling, because following my calling is not always easy, but I keep trying to push through and do it because I know God called me to it for a reason. So let's jump into today's video. If I'm being honest with you guys, there have been so many times in my life that I have not wanted to follow my calling. I have not wanted to post a podcast episode. I have not wanted to get on YouTube and do a YouTube video or post on Instagram because I have felt uncomfortable with what God is calling me to do. Not because it's a bad thing, but because it's getting me out of my comfort zone and making me try to do something new and reach out to other people and help them to grow their faith. And that is such a good thing. That is a God thing. Helping other people grow their faith, helping people to grow closer to the Lord, that is godly stuff. But the thing is, that can feel uncomfortable. Taking time to share your faith, share your testimony, that can feel uncomfortable. And sharing your faith online is not easy. I know some people look at me and are probably like, oh wow, this is so cool that you do that, and I wish I could be brave enough to do it and all those things. But the thing is, I'm not brave enough. I lean on God, and He is the one that helps me to do what I need to do. He helps me to write my outlines and figure out topics and just feel comfortable to reach out to you guys. And it's all because of Him. And I do it even when I'm feeling uncomfortable because of Him. And there's been times that I want to give up and I question and I pray about it, and God continues speaks to me and tell me to do this, and there's a reason behind it, so I do it even when it feels really difficult and uncomfortable. And the thing is, I don't know if as time goes on, if things will start to get more comfortable in your calling, or if it's always going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Honestly, even with me podcasting for 3 years and being on social media for many years, I don't even know how long, I still feel uncomfortable and I still struggle with posting sometimes because I think about like, what are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? Or, I can't do this. But the thing is that if God is telling you to follow calling, there's a reason behind it. So keep on going. And again, that's why I keep following my calling. But anyways, the reason that this topic came up was because God spoke to me while I was talking to a coworker, actually. And I really feel like I was speaking, and as I was speaking, that God was just kind of hitting me over the head. Like, Siri, you're saying all of these things that you need to hear. And once I got done speaking, my coworker was like, whoa, somebody needs to hear that. And I was like, man, yeah, that was me, but maybe it's also you. Maybe you also need to hear this. So, if you guys don't know, we moved states and we gave up a comfortable lifestyle of both of us working, of good jobs, of a super nice house that we were in, and just a very comfortable situation. But God pushed us to follow my husband's dreams, and that meant getting uncomfortable. We had to move, and we are now living in my sister's basement. We had to, I found a new job, which has been really hard to learn, and I've been struggling. And my husband is learning something completely new too and following a new career path. And we could have decided that, hey, we don't want to do this because that's uncomfortable. And my coworker and I got on this topic, and I was explaining to her about the whole situation and how my husband kept telling me, why are we going to do this? We're comfortable. We're comfortable. And yes, we were comfortable, but just because we were comfortable, it wasn't worth staying in that situation. And I told him, would you rather die comfortable and never follow your calling, never do something new, never chase something that is so much greater than what you're currently doing? Or would you rather die knowing that you did the hard thing, knowing that you chased your calling, knowing that you did what God asked you to do? Because me, I rather that at the end of my life, I have as little regrets as possible, that if God asked me to do something, that I go and do it. That I don't just get so comfortable in these easy situations in this life that I stop learning and growing. Because the thing is, once you stop getting uncomfortable, you stop growing. Comfort doesn't always mean good, but a lot of us, we think it does. We don't want to take that step out and get uncomfortable. And I was telling my coworker about this, and she's like, whoa, I never thought of it that way. And I think a lot of us don't. We just get into the everyday life, doing the same thing every day, and then all of a sudden you get years down the road and you're like, what's even happening? What am I even doing? I encourage you to continue growing, to continue seeking out those things that God's asking you to do. And if it feels uncomfortable, do it, because you're not only going to grow from it, but God's going to use you to reach somebody through it. And if you are so scared to get uncomfortable and God is really like, hey, you need to be doing this, you need to be following this thing, doing this thing, there's somebody out there that needs to hear your testimony, that you need to reach out to, whatever it might be. Maybe you're feeling so uncomfortable because the enemy isn't wanting you to follow your calling. So he is making you feel uncomfortable. He is doing everything in his power to make you not want to follow your calling. The thing is, if you keep feeling uncomfortable and you keep having stuff happen to you when you're trying to follow your calling, the enemy is trying to get in the way and make you not do the thing God's asking you to do. And why is that? That's because you're going to help somebody. That's because you are going to help somebody reach Jesus. And the enemy doesn't want that. So maybe if you're feeling uncomfortable, maybe if things keep going wrong when you're trying to follow your calling, maybe that's a reminder to keep on going and to just go after it even harder. Because we should want to do the stuff that God's asking us to do to reach those people. And when it gets hard, we should want to do it even more, because the enemy isn't going to try to stop somebody who's doing nothing for God's kingdom. He's trying to stop the people who are really fighting and doing the things that God's asking them to do. So how do you follow your calling even when you're feeling overwhelmed? The first thing I would tell you to do is lean on God. God is calling you to do this thing for a reason, and you're not doing it alone. He will help you through it. You don't have to have it all figured out. Trust that He will lead you step by step. If you don't know what the next step is, maybe it's not time to go after that next step. You should be praying over your calling and ask other people to pray for you too. Prayer is powerful, and when you have other people praying for you, it can really help you to build those bridges and get to where you need to go when it comes to your calling. Chase God more than you chase everything else. That means chase God more than you're chasing your calling. I truly hope that if you're feeling uncomfortable right now in your faith, in your walk with God, in your calling, that you remember that you're not doing this alone. that following your calling and following what God's asking you to do is so much better than staying comfortable. Thank you so much for watching today's Clean and Chat. If this is something that you love, I have many other videos of this in a playlist, so you can go ahead and check it out. And also hit that like and subscribe button because I will continue to do this. Also, when you guys like this video, I know that I need to continue these Clean and Chats. I don't always know if this is something you guys want. So by liking and commenting on this video, it'll help me to know to keep doing these Clean and Chats. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. I will be praying for you. I hope you have a great week. Bye, guys.